Why do I think he did it on purpose? Because Joe Biden was vice president under Barack Obama when he had those record removals. Alejandro Mayorkas was a deputy secretary under Obama when he had those removals. And we had families. We had thousands of families coming across the border every day. How did we stop it? We built family residential centers. We held them long enough to see a judge. 90% lost a case, 90%. So we put them in an airplane, sent them home, the border numbers tanked. So both those men knew how we solved that crisis. When they came back in, as now the secretary and the president, what did they do? The complete opposite. They didn't detain, they released. They didn't make them see a judge, and they weren't removing them. So they did a complete opposite of what they knew worked under President Obama.
Wow. Let me ask you this, though, because you mentioned children on several of your answers already. And I know you mentioned you're trying to find children that were separated from their parents. How does that process work, actually? How do you go about the business of finding, children that have been separated from their parents?
Well, look, and I'll be honest with you, I've been honest from day one. That is going to be the hardest out of the three goals that I have. That is going to be the hardest, and for obvious reasons. 500,000 children, more than 500,000 children were smuggled in the country, separated from their parents, put in the hands of criminal cartels to be brought in this country legally. And, you and I, we leave our child in a car in the middle of summer, we'll get arrested. But these 500,000 children were put in the hands of criminal cartels, released into the country by the last administration. The last administration was concerned about one thing: optics.